Are you sick and tired of chargebacks? Are you just done with the constant non-sufficient funds and EFT rejections and direct express business that's just going bonk, bonk, bonk? Well, I'm going to help you mitigate that risk. I'm going to help you with a tool that's going to help you transact at higher levels, because the business that sticks, the business that stays, that is truly the business that's going to protect your prospect, but also keep you in business. Because when you're utilizing carriers that are creating an environment where it's non-sufficient funds, EFT rejections, it makes a fun business really painful, because you're dealing with the negative nightmare of rejected bank accounts, bad billing, and it's just not good. So I'm going to give you a free resource here. This is called a Social Security Benefit Payment Calendar. This is a powerful thing to really get your hands on, and this resource is available to you at jasonfinalexpense.com. You don't have to be part of my national insurance agency. I'm giving this to you at no cost. Go right to my website. You can grab this PDF and even follow along with this video. This is so important to keeping your business on the books. When you're experiencing a lot of bank account rejection, a lot of boink, 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 when these insurance carriers are trying to take the money out of the bank, this is how you can mitigate that risk. So if you go to my website, free resources for the taking, and yes, I do recruit agents as well to partner in my national agency, but you don't have to be part of my agency to acquire this PDF. This is powerful for you, and I'm going to show you why. And I'm also going to show you how to utilize this to keep your business on the books, because the business that sticks, the business that stays, that is truly the business that will pay you, and more importantly, protect your consumer, like we were saying. So in the month of September, we're on the 28th. So if you're seeing a lot of EFT rejections, a lot of non-sufficient funds charges that are taking place, this is for a lot of people, sweet prospects that are paid on the 1st and on the 3rd of the month. Everybody that was paid on the 3rd of September actually got paid on the 2nd. This is so critical that you understand this. So when it falls on a weekend, like on the 3rd of September, you're probably seeing some non-sufficient funds and EFT rejects already for even some past business that you've written. And that's no fun. It'll be painful, and we can mitigate that risk. We're going to utilize a carrier that uses true Social Security billing on the 1st and the 3rd. And this is the only insurance carrier, Prosperity Life. And if you don't have them, you can grab that contract in my agency if you'd like. But they're the only carrier in the entire lineup of companies that I know of that do true Social Security billing on the 1st and on the 3rd. So when these people are paid on the 3rd, it's a weekend. They got paid on a Friday. You're going to find that when you're not using a carrier like Prosperity Life that does take the money out the day that they're paid, the very moment and hour that they're paid. This is big, because it's like a mad rush to the bank account. Whoever gets that money out is going to win the client's hand, win their favor, because you're going to find that when you don't take out the money on the exact day that they're truly paid, you're going to be truly frustrated. It's not a fun business when you're taking business away from yourself and you're not protecting the client, because they got paid. They told you they're paid on the 3rd, but in reality, they got paid on the 2nd. And when you're second in line, there's no money left in that bank account. They show up on the 5th to try to take that money out, and you're going to find that it's non-sufficient funds. Of course, it's non-sufficient funds. The business day that the bank is open is on a Monday. So they got paid on a Friday. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 3 whole days that they've had that money in their bank account. They've already spent it most likely, and you're going to be really spent emotionally when you find all these non-sufficient funds charges. You can mitigate that risk by using a carrier like Prosperity Life that when they're paid on the 3rd, we know by looking at this calendar that they're paid on the 2nd. Prosperity Life will actually take out the money on the 2nd, not the 3rd, because they coordinate it with when Social Security pays these great prospects. Do you see how this is making sense? I hope you hammer the like button if this helps you. But this is something that in our agency at jasonfinalexpense.com, we use this chart almost religiously, because the business that sticks and stays is the one that saves your clients. This is about protecting our clients' wishes, their wants, their desires. And if you don't take the money out on the very moment that they get paid, you're going to be in a lot of pain in insurance sales, especially when you're using some of the big name carriers. Maybe you're using a Moo type carrier, a Forest type carrier. Okay. You're using the ones that end in a G, end in an AM. All right. There's lots of these different companies, good companies, nothing against these companies. We utilize them all day long, but they don't take out the money on the right time frame. And even if they say, well, we take it out on the 3rd, well, the problem is you're now second in line when they're paid truly on the 2nd. So these people that are paid on the 3rd really got all their money paid to them on the 2nd. Do you see why this matters? This is going to save you a lot of heartache in this business, understanding how this chart works. Now we're getting here. This is the 28th right now. Do you know that everybody that's paid on the 1st of October actually gets no money in October? People that are paid on the 1st in October, you're going to find a lot of frustration when you go to try to take out the money on the 1st because they were paid on the 30th. Look at this chart. It's ridiculous. People that are paid on the 1st of the month are going to be paid twice in September. They're being paid twice. And you wonder why you're frustrated trying to take out money that isn't there. Their money is zeroed out normally by the time the 1st comes around because the 1st falls on a weekend in October. Because the 1st falls on a Saturday, they're truly paid on the 30th of September. They're paid twice in the month of September. And trust me, your prospects know when they're paid. Your prospects know this chart like the back of their hand because they live and breathe based on when that money hits their bank account. They're paid normally once a month. That's it. They know when their money comes in. You, as an insurance agent, really need to know this chart every bit as good as they do. And in the month of October, guess what? They're not even paid on the 1st. They're paid in September. So when they're getting paid twice in September, that money is going to be spent by the time October comes around. And you're going to be coming into a chargeback nightmare in October for these sweet people that are paid on the 1st. This is why you want to utilize Prosperity Life, because they're the only carrier that does true Social Security billing. So Prosperity Life, for these people that are paid on the 1st of October, all of our agents in our agency that utilize this carrier for the right prospect, guess what? When the 1st comes around, we've already taken out the money. We, meaning the insurance company, has already taken out, we've already taken out the premium payment on the 30th. We know when they're paid. So does this carrier. Every other carrier, it may not take out the money for the person that's paid in October on the 1st. Maybe they're not going to take out the money until the 3rd or the 4th. It's sloppy billing. If you have a sloppy billing carrier, good carriers, by the way, nothing disparaging about our insurance carriers. They're great, but they just don't do it right. They don't. And it's frustrating. You're going to be frustrated when you're utilizing a carrier that doesn't do true Social Security billing on the 1st and the 3rd. And as of the date of this video, like I'm saying, there's only one that does this, and that's Prosperity Life. They're very tight in their billing, and that's going to keep the business on the books. It's so annoying when you're constantly feeling like you're a dog trying to chase your tail, keeping these payments on the books. And it's because you're using carriers on the 1st of the month, like in October. A lot of agents are going to get hurt big time because you're using carriers that aren't Prosperity Life. And when it comes to the 1st day that that bank is open, that's going to be the 3rd of the month. So these people are paid on the 1st. Your carriers aren't going to take out the payments until the 3rd. And then you wonder why you're experiencing financial pain. It's because you're not setting up the payments based on when the money hits their bank accounts. No wonder the payments are going boink. So if the person truly now, you understand, person on the 1st is paid September 30th in October. September 30th is when they're paid. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 days where that money is either in their bank account or it's gone. And then they try to take out the money on the 3rd. And then guess what? Non-sufficient funds. The business doesn't stay on the books. They're like, hey, I don't have enough money. I already spent it, Jason. Why the heck didn't you take out the money properly? And they're going to chew you out. And then guess what? They're not going to be paid again until in November. You don't get a second chance to get Social Security billing right. This is to your benefit. And that's why you really want to utilize this chart. It's going to happen again in December. Here we are stepping into Christmas month in December, and all these people that are paid on the 3rd, guess what? They're paid on the 2nd. I hope this is making some sense to you. But when they're paid on the 3rd, you're fine in November. You're fine on the 1st of the month for stuff that you set up in October. But you know, if you're not set up properly on the 1st of October, they're paid on the 30th. November 1st is fine. But coming up into these months here, October is going to be a nightmare for people that are paid on the 1st. People that are paid in December, it's going to be a nightmare for people that are paid on the 3rd. So you want to really be a student in the business, this chart here, this Social Security benefit calendar, will keep your business stickier, but you really want to utilize an insurance carrier that is Prosperity Life because of the fact that they coordinate these payments to be taken out the moment that the prospect is truthfully paid. This is a big deal. It just is. And a lot of agents don't know any better. And then they get put into a bad place. Look in the month of April. It's the same way. Clients that are paid on the first of the month, they're paid on a Friday. That's great and all. But in May, they're not paid at all. In May of April, okay, in May, on the 1st, falls on a weekend. They're actually paid on the 29th and on the 1st of April. The people that are paid on the 1st of the month, in May, they're not paid at all. And this takes place a couple times. So take a look at this billing calendar. It's a big deal to understand. September is going to be an issue for you if you don't issue your business with a carrier that truly takes out the money at the right time. Some of these carriers are really, really sloppy, really sloppy. And you're going to write the business. You're going to get maybe 1 or 2 months out of a prospect, especially folks that use maybe Direct Express or card business. Even folks that use checking business, you're going to want to check out of this business yourself when you constantly get like nailed because you didn't utilize true Social Security billing and you didn't put your business in the hands of a carrier that can really help you be really more powerful in serving these great people. It's all about the people. We come number two, but utilizing this calendar here will hopefully help you capitalize. Hope this will help you stick and stay in this industry. And more importantly, keep more of the business that you're writing so that you can make the wealth, you can make a way for yourself, but more importantly, make a way for these prospects. They need you to write good business. They need you to write companies that help them keep the business on the books. Some of these people are not they're not the greatest with money. And yes, you're going to stumble over your own tongue, just like I did there. It's all right. Just keep moving. But it's not about being perfect. It's about placing the client in the best products based on when they get paid so that you don't beat your head against a wall because you're experiencing constant non-sufficient funds charges because some of these carriers are just sloppy. Great A-rated carriers are really sloppy. They don't take out the money. And your clients get frustrated. They're going to take out that frustration on you. And that's not a fun thing in an industry that's negative already. So I want you to know this. I hope this chart helps you. And this resource is available on my website at jasonfinalexpense.com. Hope this makes sense to you today. It's early in the morning, but I wanted to bring this to you. Thanks for joining me. Anything I can do to serve you, reach out on my website, or if you got a topic you'd like me to address for you, put it in the comments. And I hope this helps you. We'll see you soon. And I appreciate you today. Keep taking care of great people because that is what this business is ultimately about. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.